Alright, so we have some amazing news when it comes to Redfall. The developer came out and talked about new details that we've never known about the game, and we also have some leaked rumors about Halo and all of its content that's coming in the next few years. There's a lot of information here right now, so let's get into everything going into it because Redfall looks like one of the biggest games coming out next year, and the Halo downloadable content might be a little farther off than we thought. Let's get into everything. Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for stopping by and checking out the video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and that like button. And if you want to go that extra mile, hit that join button. All the support is greatly appreciated. But enough of that. Let's get into some of these details that go into Redfall in Halo. Now, the first game I want to talk about has to be Halo. Now, I want to say take this all with a grain of salt because this is a lot of information, but to me, it looks like something that actually might be happening. So the first thing we need to talk about is this leaked information. Tatanka, the Battle Royale, will have 2 OG Halo maps from Halos 2 and 3, and there'll be about 60 to 75 players in fall of 2023. Joseph Staten-led campaign DLC coming after 2024. Forge might come a little bit earlier than we thought, and Season 3 looks to be about 6 months away. So as you can see here, I'm going to put the leaked information up on the screen and just kind of read it to you. So we have the earliest of when the BR could come out as fall of 2023, which I think is a little farther off, but who knows. I know that Halo has a lot of delays, and I'm not too worried about when the BR is going to come. I want more content for Halo Infinite in general. Now, speaking of content, that campaign DLC might come on after 2024. No plans earlier than this year. Fighting endless on varied world. Joe Staten fully in charge of this. Forge sooner than expected, really relying heavily on the community, also some kind of big potential controversy. The multiplayer season, Season 6, new non-Spartan core not elite, plus new weapon, Season 5, still bring vehicle and weapon from classic games, Season 4, looks to bring infection, Season 3 will have the new gun community is speculating about Season 3, probably 6 months from now. Corporate gridlock really slowing stuff down. 343 Industry still figuring out how to do live service, no idea how to do it. Trend chasing major feature for Infinite that he believes is a waste of time. Now, that is a whole lot of information about Halo Infinite, and I want to break down every single one of them. First of all, I don't think the BR is coming out in the next year. I think it's going to take a little while for them to even create what a BR is. I mean, if they're struggling with what a live service game is with Halo Infinite, I don't know how they're going to make 2 live service games with a BR that requires a lot of content. Because if you look at the most successful BRs out there, Warzone, Apex Legends, and Fortnite, they bring out new content almost monthly. They bring out new maps, they bring out new guns, they bring out new characters, bring out new skins. They bring out everything that people want and want to play the game for. And that's exactly what Halo is missing in just their base game of multiplayer. So I don't see that happening anytime soon. Now, for the campaign DLC that's coming after 2024, I mean, is anybody surprised about this? I think Joe Staten has come on to 343 and has really righted the ship, but overall, he is still trying to get everybody to work together and make a great game. Now, I love Halo Infinite's campaign. I think it's the standout from that game. I think the multiplayer needs a lot of work, but overall, the campaign was a lot of fun. So after a while, it's going to take Joe Staten even longer to get that new story DLC out, and it's going to take several years. So don't expect it next year, don't expect it the year after that, expect it like they say here in 2024 or even later. Now, of course, you take all this with a grain of salt, but overall, I think this looks to be true because I am not that confident in Halo Infinite bringing out a lot of content. Even during Xbox's big showcase and the show after, they didn't have a lot of content for you to talk about. They didn't even bring up Halo all that much. And you think about Forge, I think that's going to come a little sooner. I know Forge is a big thing in the Halo community, so they're going to get that out as soon as possible. Now, I know that there's the gridlock, everybody's getting slowed down, 343 Industry still trying to figure out how to do things, but overall, it's disappointing to hear them say all these things. It's disappointing to see all these things coming up because all of these delays, Halo Infinite's multiplayer pretty much dying, is really hard to look at because Halo is one of the best franchises out there. Their multiplayer is a lot of fun, and they need to get this stuff locked down. That's the best thing they can do. And I don't know what else they can do, but overall, Joe Staten's there. They're trying to get the DLC out, and I think it's going to take a little bit of time for that BR, the DLC, Forge, all of these seasons to come out. That's a lot of content. That is basically an entire game in the BR format and an entire campaign coming out in the same time frame. So it's going to be a long time. But now, let's shift gears. Let's talk about one of the biggest games that was shown on the Xbox Bethesda showcase, which is Redfall. I mean, I don't know about you, but this game looks extremely intriguing to me. It's one of the biggest games coming out next year. It's an open world 4-player co-op with actual story. That is something that Arcane Studios does, and it's something that P. Hines even talked about when he was talking about Arcane, that no matter what, when you're in their games, you're immersed. You're in it. That's it. It's over. You're feeling the world. They build an entire world around you, and you feel like you're living in it and playing in it. And that's exactly what he talks about with Redfall. And this is what the article has to say about the whole thing. I recently sat down with Arcane Austin studio director Harvey Smith and co-creative director Ricardo Bear to learn what players can expect from this vampire slaying experience. We're taking on a giant creative challenge, Smith says. We want to hold on to Arcane's core creative values while taking on an open world game. It'll still have the rich narrative design accompanying every square inch like we always do. The strong storytelling focus is evident in the first image I see of Redfall, Massachusetts. The seabed surrounding this island is dried up, with fishing boats scattered across parched sands landing up in the colonial-style building. It all delivers the illusion of a thriving society. An eclipsed sun hovers above the city, the result of dark magic cast by vampires, so they can freely walk the streets and hunt the living. This is the whole point of the game, is that you're going to be living in this game. You're going to be with your buddies, looking around, running around, and taking on vampires, and I guarantee you there's going to be so many surprise moments. And not to mention, every class in there is different, which I like. I love the fact that you could go through something that has a unique story, but also play it uniquely with the character that you're going to be playing with. And speaking of these characters, here's what the article has to say. These characters level up, gain new skills, and hunt for better weapons. True to all Arcane games, Redfall offers a single-player experience, but in a first for Arcane, also supports 4-player cooperative play. You and your friends can bring all 4 characters to fight, be the same if that's how you want to play. Let's imagine you and I select Diviner characters, and we squad up to play together, Bear says. By the time we're 10 hours into the game, my Diviner probably is different than yours. I spent my skill points on different things and wear a firefighter costume. Along with completing missions to progress the story, players must take back the city from the vampires. Redfall consists of 2 huge districts, each housing a variety of neighborhoods and a player base. We deliberately chose community houses, Smith adds. The first one is a firehouse. So the first gameplay we saw did involve a firehouse, and then you look at all the characters, and yeah, you can play the same character with your buddy, so you don't have to choose which class to play. And I love that because it shows that there's variety in how you play these. The amount of playtime and the amount of replayability in this game seems endless to me. Now, I love that you can pick 2 different characters or the same character, and you have a different experience because of the skill trees and what you want to play and how you want to play those certain characters. And overall, having 2 massive districts is also very intriguing because that's what this game is all about. I don't know if you saw it, they kind of hinted at that where they went into a portal and there was like a different dimension with the buildings all tilted, everything was kind of weird. I don't know if that's a district or if they have a portal for each district, which in turn kind of makes it 4 districts. If you look at it, they'll have 2 big regular districts, and then when you go into those portals, it changes the district into something different. Now, that gets me excited because I love playing big games, I love playing open world games, and I love playing them with my friends. Not a lot of games have that experience out there for you. So I want to do that. I want to play that, and I want to liberate the city from these vampires, and there's a lot of that going on. As the article points out here, in various gameplay clips set throughout the city's streets and buildings, I see what all 4 characters are capable of and how Redfall's conflicts encourage varying approaches, such as stealthy sniping from rooftops or alerting enemies to create a cluster for an electric blast. The vampires are not the romantic variety seen in most fiction, but instead products of science. They float, quickly dash your way out of or hail a fire, and use claws to slash at you. In one clip, I see a tricked out pink rifle connect with a vampire, sparks flying off its body before exploding in a storm of fire and ash. In another, one character cautiously calls out a blood bag, which is a vampire with giant pulsating sacs of blood on its back. The sacs explode and the blood scent immediately lures in a vampiric horde. That sounds so exciting. I don't know about you, but I love playing games like Left 4 Dead or Back 4 Blood and all those other games, but that just seems like it's on another level for me. Now, I know that we've seen all the things that are bad with Halo and all that, and it was kind of negative, but when you look at games like this that are coming out in the next year, it gets me excited for being an Xbox fan. I love what Arcane is doing here. Now, do I love Dishonored? Yeah, I enjoyed both Dishonored games. I thought they were a lot of fun. But overall, I felt like I could play with a friend. I felt like, man, if me and my buddy can stealth around, taking things out, taking out entire buildings, that would be way more fun than just doing this on my own. And that's the thought Arcane had. They decided, hey, why not put friends together? Why not have everybody together fight these vampires and just go all out? That's what this game has in spades. And I'm excited to jump into it. All these new details get me even more excited for what's going on with the game. And I can't wait to jump into it. I mean, look at all these vampires. I love that there's hordes of vampires that you can fight. Everything just looks a lot more fun to me. But let me know what you think about this. Are you excited to see what Halo Infinite can do? Do you think they'll be able to get out all this content in the next few months? Or do you think that it's going to be a while before we see this DLC campaign? And are you excited to see what the developers had to say over at Arcane for Redfall? Do you think you're going to play this with 4 friends? Or are you going to go through the game multiple times like I am and check out every single class and see what they have to offer? Go down below and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support helps out the channel more than you know. And give me a follow on Twitter at Zocker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my latest videos. Plus, I love interacting with everyone there, so get on Twitter and let's talk about gaming. Also, follow me on Xbox Live. My gamertag is Zocker87, just like my channel name. See what games I'm playing, and let's compete in achievements for the month. So right now, I've just been jumping into Assassin's Creed Valhalla. For a while there, I was playing Sniper Elite. I've been playing Chorus, and I've just been having a lot of fun. I've been beating a lot of games. And I've also been jumping into Warcraft 3 Reforged because I want to play through that entire campaign, plus the expansion of the Frozen Throne, because I love that game. And I gave it a little while. I wanted them to patch it, and I think it's been about a year now. So I'm going to jump back into that and get into that campaign. But overall, I've been jumping in hard to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I want to finish that game. I'm almost at power level 200, and I'm getting through it. There's a bunch of districts I still need to clear, but so far I'm having a lot of fun with it. Yeah, it can be a drag here and there, but for a little bit I've been enjoying myself, and I've been going back to it when I want to, when there's nothing else to play, and I'm kind of chilling and I'm by myself because I want to pay attention to the story. I want to pay attention to everything, and then I could jump into Ragnarok and have fun there. But let me know what you're playing. Are you playing something on your Xbox, your PS5, or are you on your PC playing something, or are you waiting for something? I know there's not a lot of games out right now, and everybody's kind of waiting for all the new ones to drop, as am I. So let me know what you're playing. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.